With every failed attempt to plug the leak, BP is increasingly in deep water. The British oil giant has lost around 35% of its share value since the Deepwater Horizon well blew up on April the 20th. That's more than $60 billion. There are concerns over BP's continued ability to pay shareholder dividends, and its credit rating has just been downgraded by international agency Fitch.
We are just average people trying to do what we think is right.
But the real trouble could stem from BP's standing in the United States. The company's activities there account for a massive 40% of total revenue.
The worst case scenario for BP is actually being thrown out of the US, having its assets basically nationalised. It's a fair proportion of its production and reserves. It's a large proportion of its refining and marketing operations. And BP would be forced to come back from being international integrated to European integrated. And that would be bad news for the company. However, I don't think that scenario is likely at this stage, but you can never rule it out, particularly given the politics in the US at the moment.
The US president has turned his sights on possible company wrongdoing.
Of corporations taking dangerous shortcuts to compromise safety.
A criminal investigation is to be launched into the cause of the accident. If BP is found responsible, it could face a fine of up to $20 billion. The cost of thousands of smaller lawsuits, in addition to the cleanup bill, could run into tens of billions more. BP isn't about to go bust, though some analysts believe its plunging share price could make it the target for potential takeover by one of its rivals. That'll concern executives inside the company's London headquarters, but not as much as what happens if BP is in fact found responsible for the Deepwater disaster. And headlines like this don't help. The company's chief executive admitting that the company did not have to hand the equipment it needed to deal with this sort of spill. The position of Chief Executive Tony Hayward is also under scrutiny. On Wednesday, he was forced to apologise for this comment.
There's no one who wants this thing over more than I do. You know, I'd like my life back.
Hayward acknowledged the remark had been hurtful and thoughtless. With livelihoods and the environment on the line, the search is on for someone to blame. The finger is turning on BP. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, London.